There you have it, my friends. The intro video. Heyo, greetings, friends, and welcome back to another episode of DreamWizard Plays number 392, Disco Elysium from 2019, Part 2. Welcome back. I was having all kinds of thoughts before the stream went live, and they're gone. They're gone. As soon as I have to jump into the snappy patter, I can't think. Okay, number one, what kind of art style is this? That's the thought that took over my brain right before I clicked. Let's talk about it. I have no idea. I know it is a particular style. It's very reminiscent of oil painting. I think of Bob Ross when I see it. There's got to be a style. What was Bob Ross's style? I don't know. If you have the answer for me, I am only a wizard is only human, not an actual demigod. I do not have all the answers. I would love to know. I would love to hear from you wherever you are across YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Trovo, Kick, and the X platform. If you're on X, I'll have to look at your comment later. Also, on X, I put out a request. This was one of the things I was going to mention, and a couple others, a commentary on the game. I'll see if I remember it later, but for one reason or another, every one of my episodes that shows up as a live broadcast on X, and if you're watching now, that's wonderful. Hello. If you're watching on repeat, thanks for coming anyway. Every one of them is one episode title and number behind. Like the very first episode yesterday was still labeled as Dead Island Part 10. It wasn't. It was Disco Elysium Part 1. I've tried to fix it a bunch of times. I don't know how. I've gone to the, Twitter live broadcast page, which I don't know, that may have been updated lately. I've messed with a bunch of settings. I've tried deleting things. I've tried starting new streams. It just wants to grab the wrong information and put it up, and I don't know how to fix it. Mr. Elon, or anybody, how do I fix that? How do I fix that? Anyway, enough of my belly aching on that regard. Let's do the housekeeping. Would you kindly like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Always need more viewers for the game streams. Volunteer dreamers. I believe I actually have 2 interviews this week. One coming tomorrow morning. We'll see if our new friend shows up then, and one on a Friday, I think. So hopefully between the 2 of those, if I can get the interview recorded tomorrow, I'm going to try and get an episode up by Saturday. If not, it's already been like over a month since I've had a new episode. So, I don't think anyone's, it's going to ruin anyone's life or day even to not have an episode for one more week. But I'm going to try and be, I am still the DreamWizard, and I still do dream interpretation videos. I just got to have volunteers. So when they come, I do them. And when they don't, I do other things. All right. If you would like to support the Wizard's work, there are 17 currently available works of historical dream literature right up there on the banner bar. That's 11 of them. Book 3. 1, 2, 3. Or as the Germans do it, I think. 1, 2, 3. I learned that from the movie Inglourious Bastards. They knew he was an American because he did this instead of the way the Germans do it, I guess, or did at the time. 1, 2, 3. Book 3 is right over here. That is Oneirochronologia Volume 1. The first of a series of 3 anthology pieces I put together with shorter works of historical dream literature that would not make a full-length book. I didn't want them to be lost to history, and so I put them together in these anthologies, and they're thick. They're that's what she said. But you're going to get your money's worth with these books. I've priced them to where they're competitive for the market, and I only get like $1.50, $2 per book. Most of it's in printing costs and whatnot, and Amazon's cut, of course. So check it out. Very proud of it, and I hope you enjoy it. Also, of course, all this and more at BenjaminTheDreamWizard.com. Always forget to do that. Also, would you head on over to BenjaminTheDreamWizard.locals.com, and you can get yourself this here. Let me grab the glass. The recipe for the Socialist Champagne. The custom cocktail. Couldn't think of the word. Custom cocktail for this run of Disco Elysium. Of course, this game being political in nature, I figured I'd go ahead and give it a political title. This is Socialist Champagne for Champagne Socialists. And if you have a glass of socialist champagne in your hot little hands, or a beverage of your choice, would you raise it along with me? We'll do the toast and get into the game. Ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. Nostrovia. Kanpai. Salud. Cheers to you. And here's mud in your eye. I know I say this a lot, but that is dangerously delicious. It's, well, I don't want to say what's in it. I almost did. But it has a very sweet, fruity flavor. Of course, once you see the recipe, you'll know why. And where is it? Let's get this off the screen. And it also has a kind of light, crisp, refreshing summertime flavor to it. So it is what it is. I believe we've got everything off the screen, all the things we need to do, and here we are, continuing the adventure. A lot of reading, a lot of listening to me laugh at myself, at my own fumbling, and some of the dialogue choices. It's a very well constructed game. Let's just stop there and get continue. It's enough. All right, we're going. I remember. Okay, let's look at this though. Let's go ahead and look at the what is it? It's not inventory. It's not inventory. It is down here. Apparently, you can play this game almost completely without using the keyboard at all. I like that. I actually like that a lot. Except the escape key. Anyway, we are finally going to inspect the victim's body. We got to pay for damages, find smokes, and smoke them. Track down the badge. Find out who made the call reporting the crime. Apparently it's Sylvie. Got to track her down. We're going to sing karaoke eventually, perhaps. Get the lowdown on reality and track down my gun. I'm already overwhelmed with tasks, so we're going to take them one at a time, as there is no other way to take them. Here we go. You know what? There was something over here. Let's check this out. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. You know what? Was I meant to have a bag? And do I need to collect bottles for cash? Maybe that's something I am supposed to do. All right, what is that thing up there? Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 8B. Okay. What's this over here? This is, we can get into this building, perhaps. Let's go one thing at a time. Let's go check on the body. Then we're going to go look at that building. Whoop, let's come over here. There are some footprints.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Should I try visual calculus to get an exact count? This is a white check. I may retry it. Let's roll the dice. I mean, there's a terrible chance. Let's see, visual calculus. Maybe I get a +1 to it. So I gotta roll a 10 or higher. Let's see what happens.
What do you think you are? A super detective?
It is.
You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Bummer. Let's see. It was failed. I rolled an 8 out of, let's see, the dice were 6 + 1, made a 7. Visual calculus was +1. Yep. I didn't honestly think I was gonna succeed, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, what kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard.
Okay. Workers' boots. So the very least we know is that people in workers' boots were here. I would say we don't know if they had anything to do with the actual crime. Can we talk? Okay, let's leave that screen. I now have thought bubble. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, we're gonna get around to this. Let's start looking around the area. What's up with this? This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. Oh, what is that? I found some money and magnesium, which will give you a boost to morale. I don't think I need my morale boosted just yet. We're going to take it all. Healing item gained. Wonderful. Kuno's got this, whatever that means. Well, now we can talk to the kid. There's another kid we can talk to. Let's keep looking around. It says, fuck him up, Kuno. Yeah. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. We're not going to investigate precisely as to what kind of herbs. This kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. We're probably going to need to climb it to cut down the body. Let's talk to the kid.
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno.
Whatever that means. The other kid yells from behind the fence. Hey kid, a word. This is police business. Or a moment of your time, please, or I'm not getting into this right now. Let's be respectful to the kid. A moment of your time, please.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Okay, let's be a little more forceful.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous, you should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Juicy what now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno.
Fuck, 12-year-old on drugs? That's almost never a good thing. I'm going to say almost never. Probably never.
Kuno's riding it, see?
He wipes his sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno.
The rake.
You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Ask Kim what to do. Ask if the kids are siblings. Hey, kid, you want to hang out? I'm not a narc. Look, I have questions for you, or I don't have time for this. What is the best way to get this kid to engage? Asking if they're siblings might do it. Asking Kim to intervene, he's probably just going to tell me, figure it out. Telling him, oh, I promise I'm not a narc, that's not going to go anywhere. Just insisting I have questions for you. I think we're going to go with, are you siblings? Let's see what happens.
The fuck are you talking about?
Okay, well, that didn't work at all.
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
Wow. They censored faggots? Is that true? I mean, that's got F-A-G-G-O-T. Yes, that appears to be what they censored. Why would they do that? We can say fucking, but you can't say faggot. That's whatever. Okay. I mean, we'll see if this gets my stream. Oh, I'm not monetized, so who cares? I don't think it'll get taken down either, but who knows? Who knows? We should know. We should know this is specifically or not allowed. I think it's allowed. Anyway. Kim, what should we do? Kid, you want to hang out? I guess we just say, I don't know, maybe you want to hang out or work. I thought that was a bad answer, but let's find out.
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
That's what I thought, yeah. All right, look, I have questions for you.
All right. Entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Just being direct. Made the difference. Well, fair enough. Let's see. We can ask him about the body. What do you know about it? Or about the crime scene. You kids often play in this yard. Or say, I gotta ask, who is Kuno? Let's go straight there. I'm curious.
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs. So he is Kuno.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to do these in reverse order because I'm going to pick number 1. Got it. I had another question. Move on. Kuno, is that some kind of gang name? I don't think he's gonna like that. Maybe he would. Maybe he'll think, yeah, it's my gang name, and he'll puff his chest out. Or so you refer to yourself in the third person. That's going to go over his head. He's going to think it sounds stupid. I think this is my guess, at least. I'm going with this one. Kuno sounds like something you'd call a rabid dog. I think you'll like that. I think you'll like being compared to a rabid dog. Let's see.
Yeah, think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
Yeah, he does like it. His eyes light up.
He seems glad someone understood what he was going for. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
What? You hear a malevolent hiss.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent, like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
All right. I'm not doing anything, see? Or just answer the questions, or I'm just going to leave. I'm going to tell him, look, just answer the questions.
Help! He's digging his dick out!
Oh, man.
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Okay.
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
It's full blast now. The wind carries the message far and wide across Martinez. Option 1, what is this sick charade? Number 2, who put you up to this? Number 3, are you high right now? I mean, I think we know he is, or we suspect. Physical instrument. Challenging, 12. Shut him down. There's an even chance, about 42%. Or don't punch him. It's a bad idea. I think I'm going to slap this punk. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Did it work? Well, he's laughing at me now.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead, it pulled you down with it.
Oh, there's the dog. Hang on. Peanut butter. Come here. I got you. Well, clowning myself is one way to put the kid at ease. You know, either successfully hit him or fall on the ground trying. I think either one of those is a win. Let's look at this. I'm going to say, my arm, my knee. I'm going to play it up. I could say nothing and try to hold it together, but I'm going to give in to that urge.
Kuno can't believe this shit! Can no one stop the Kuno?
It's like he's now realized he has superpowers.
Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now.
He's writhing with joy, like the power you gave him is too much to take. Good, good. Let him puff himself up. Maybe he'll say some things thinking he's safe, which is good. He is safe.
The whole charade was about establishing dominance over you. It's safe to say he has succeeded.
So be it. What am I doing here? Am I trying to look important? Am I trying to feed my pride off a 12-year-old kid? Or am I trying to get this murder solved? I don't care what the kid thinks of me. I want answers. If this gets answers, it's worth it.
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
The one behind the fence hisses like a lit fuse ready to go off from delight. And that wounded my morale. I mean, should it? I get why the game did that. They're giving me consequences for the choices and failures. Fair enough. There's a roll of the dice. You failed it. It's something should happen. But I mean, I still think I'm onto something here. If it's, we could think of this as spending magic points, morale, magic points, whatever. If I cast a spell and that spell was embarrass myself, and the result is I get the information I need, then that's a win. And I've just spent a utility point a magic point towards that end. Anyway, that's how I'm choosing to look at it. That's how I always looked at it when I was working in, working in mental health. Is I'm there for the client. I'm there to produce a good outcome for the person I'm trying to help. And if sometimes I had to do that by allowing myself to be embarrassed by them, by the situation, by looking weak, by letting them get one over on me, even if I knew what was happening and I could have used my authority, my power to stop it. It wasn't the right choice. So I've never been that sucked into my own pride like I've watched many others who, in this situation, some of the people, we'll just say this, no names, but some of the people I've known, they would definitely seek to dominate a child to feed their own pride versus allowing themselves to be embarrassed towards a greater purpose. And that's not good. I mean, that, in my opinion, that kind of person should not work in mental health. There's no need to, you're not going there to feed your ego. That's not the job. That's not what you're getting paid to do. Long story short, too late for that. So, what are the options? Kim, help me up. Stop laughing. Yeah, I deserve this. Or someone call an ambulance. I think I really hurt myself. I'm going for, let's just own it. Yeah, I deserve this.
Yeah, you deserve this. Trying to show your dick to Kuno. Kuno was scared.
Let's see. I still have all the other options, but now I have new options. Yeah, laugh it up. Let's just get back to it and get up. Or, do you have any idea of the shit you just got yourself into, kid? Nope, no more threats. Let's just let him have the victory. Laugh it up.
Kuno beat the shit out of the popo. Beat your fucking knee off.
The kid is laughing so hard, tears are running down his freckled cheeks. Good, good. He's in the right frame of mind to answer some questions. Let's go.
I told you not to tempt such forces.
The annoyance in his voice is directed at you, not the gremlins.
Now, how about we go and do something worth the public's time?
Now, we're still talking to the kid. We got nothing? We got nothing out of the kid? How about this one?
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
I can either take one step closer or leave. Let's take one step closer.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
There's only one option. I can say to her, I just want to ask you some questions and take another step closer. I would like to just say that and not take a step. She's going to run for it.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Let's see. I could say, what are those strange words you use, girl? Or, hey, kid. Or, child, converse with me. No, not that one. Or I can say, you there, behind the fence. What's the purpose in saying that? Or I can walk away. I'm going to say, hey, kid.
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
She puts her finger to her temple. I guess in a gesture like that.
Get the fuck out of here, face. You got done. Talk to me.
Okay, maybe this is how we get Kuno to talk to us. All right. Well, she says right in the mouth hole.
Look, see? It's the fucking war pig. Try not to knock yourself out.
I've come to ask questions. I still have a case to solve.
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Okay, the text here says her voice is calm. She doesn't dignify you with a look. Interesting. So the Kuno is a girl and so is the one behind the fence. Interesting. Oh, no. Okay, so there's Kuno, which is Kuno. And then there's Kuno S, which was the one behind the fence. So this was Kuno S, her voice from behind the fence. Okay. let's see here. Options. Look, you're on my crime scene. I can't have uncooperative civilians here. Or, look, play along. I want to make this right with Kuno. Make amends. Or, yeah, I don't have time for this. I mean, this one seems to like having their ego stroked a bit. So let's play along. Let's make amends.
Fucking what, pig?
I can say I was wrong to try and hit you and apologize. Or I can say you're a cool dude. Spare the hatchet, okay? Or I can say it may not look like it now, but you may have vital information. I'd say, again, fluffing the ego. You're a cool dude. Let's bury the hatchet.
Cool what? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That didn't work so well.
I think you broke his brain when you fucked him up, Kuno.
You better come up with a way to make Kuno forget you tried to fucking hit him, piggo.
Okay, new quest popped up. Make peace with Kuno. I can say, whatever then, and walk away. Or I can say, I don't have anything. What can I offer you?
Please don't waste time on nonsense.
You hold your peace, Kim. I'm on this.
The lieutenant does not approve of this at all.
Yeah, well, he's just going to have to live with it.
Don't listen to the blind fuck, piggo. You're doing the right thing here, trying to get Kuno to like you again.
He pauses to think.
You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs, or cigarettes, or some wheels. Kuno could use some wheels. Motorized carriage shit.
Okay, the only thing I can do is repeat, I don't have anything. What can I offer you? Or whatever then. I don't want to say whatever then. What can I offer you?
Please don't waste time on
The lieutenant does not.
Don't listen to the blind. You can pay tribute to Kuno.
That's it.
With drugs.
All I can say is whatever then.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant's dark eyes peer into yours over his spectacles. I need to make a truce with Kuno. Offer him something. Or, nothing, Lieutenant. I don't want to get into this. Yeah. I want to make a truce with him. I want to offer him something.
No, you really, really don't. That is a 12-year-old boy. His opinion of you doesn't matter.
I'm not after his opinion. I'm after his information. Kim, you gotta learn how to be a detective, my brother.
You don't fucking matter, buck imp.
Ooh, spicy. I'm still gonna mark it down as something I need to do. Or, you're right, Kim. You're right, of course. No, he's not right. I'm still gonna mark it down as something I need to do.
But why? You're turning this into a huge thing.
Okay. We've got response number 1. In punching, someone always ends up being someone's bitch. Don't you know anything about male power structures, Kim? Interesting. Could educate the boy. Number 2. It is very hard for me to let things go, and it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter, but I need to make this right. Or say nothing and leave. I'm going to go with the first answer because that's the most entertaining choice, in my opinion.
You're totally unraveling, Professor.
Don't worry, I got this. Now let's go and leave. Or all will be well as soon as I get this being Kuno's bitch situation off my back. And don't wait for the lieutenant to answer. Let's get to work, Kim. I'm just going to tell him, don't worry about it. All right, let's go look at the body. Wait a minute, one more thing over here. What is this thing? What is this thing? The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. A light above descending. Interesting. What is that, like a flare? A shooting star? A collapsing street lamp? It's things that could be. It could be nothing. It could just be a weird little interesting piece. All right, let's look at the body, finally. Here we are, half an hour into the stream. We're going to get a look at the body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
That's what happens to a corpse that has been up there for about a week, I'll tell you what. They start to look pretty funky.
You seem to be holding your breath.
Let's look down, I guess, or turn away and leave. No, we're going to look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
3 options. Of course, we can always leave. We can say, God, what is that? Why is it so bad? Or from my endurance roll, I can let go of your nose without throwing up. That is a low percentage chance. I'm going to say I probably have to roll a 12. And there's an 8% chance. Let's find out. I'm going to do it.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Try to walk away or just let it out. Just let it out. Let it out. That's probably for the best. Get rid of last night's alcohol, too. Yeah, buddy.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst.
Throwing up is a very weird thing. It's something like just sitting here feeling normal. You have no idea how to make it happen without tickling the back of your throat with your fingers. I mean, everyone knows how to make themselves throw up, but once you do, and once that process starts, it just happens. You can't stop it. And this, like, you can't control those muscles. You can only kind of trigger the response and then let it take its course. It's a very strange thing. I've always felt that. Moving on.
Until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Yeah, I can say, I'm sorry. Not my style. I can say, fucking corpse. We're going with that one.
Keep it.
The lieutenant hands you a blue checkered handkerchief. Well, at this point, I'm going to say thanks and wipe my mouth. I am not going to say I don't need your pity. He was being kind. You say thank you when people are being kind.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
You know, I can answer, you think ammonia would help me? Or, okay, where do we get ammonia from? Or, I don't need that shit. Let's ask him why he thinks that would help me.
If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
Interesting. But not you, I'm going to ask.
I can't handle the headache.
Oh, you'd rather the stench than the pain of the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
He does seem to be that kind of a guy who's, and that's very interesting because I would say this is, they've actually got a rather good grasp on, let's say, a stereotypical Japanese personality, presentation, cultural responses in this. He's going out of his way not to be offensive or to embarrass his partner. He will be direct. He will say when he thinks a thing is a bad idea, you're wasting time, but he won't mock someone or call attention to their flaws or their he's not trying to embarrass anyone. He hands over a handkerchief and he doesn't say anything rude. Also right there, it's more likely he can handle the smell, but he would never say that directly. That's very cool. This was another comment I was going to make earlier, is that I thought for sure we're in France. Apparently we're not. I mean, who knows? Maybe this is an island off the coast of Europe somewhere. I mean, perhaps this is a world that has no relation to our own, except we got people with French accents. We had that lady in the wheelchair who had a nice Southern accent, and she was very sweet and polite, and that's a very kind of Southern politeness. They captured that very well. Also, great characterizations on these people. Okay, back to the game. Okay, where do we get ammonia from?
There is freight nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't...
He points to the greenhouse nearby. Oh, maybe there's some in there.
There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Okay, nice. Well, do we go out and talk to her?
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Okay, so that option, let go of your nose without throwing up. Let's turn away and leave because we're apparently our options are blocked here. I can say, God, what is that? Why is it so bad? Let's see what happens.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
I already did for sure. All right, let's turn away and leave and go talk to that gardener again. Apparently there's no way to get people to run or move any faster. It is what it is. So we'll take a little Sunday stroll here. We're also going to look. I have acquired tools, of course. I also have a... did he not give me a small little kerchief-looking thing? No? Oh, items. Yes. A lieutenant's kerchief, which we could sell, apparently. And the tools cannot be sold because I have to give them back. That's fine. What do we got here? We have updated get ammonia from the gardener or the Freet store. It'll make it easier. All right. Well, there you go. All right, we're on our way. Gardener's not that far after all. Talk to this gal.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
My partner told me you may have some ammonia. May I have some?
Sure. I'm done with it.
Ampule of ammonia task updated. Wonderful. She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
All right, gotta run. There we go. We now have items. An ampule of ammonia. And that has been checked off the list. Whoops. Oh, and I can switch over. Oh, look at this map. I don't even know there was a map. And a record of all the things I've tried to... map information incomplete. Acquire a copy of the city map. Okay, we'll have to get a copy of the map. This game feels so much like the Sierra games I played as a kid in the 90s. And even the Leisure Suit Larry game, if anyone ever played that. Way back when computers were run by entering commands into the DOS prompt. C:// etc. Or C:// change directory, etc. All right. Let's go. Let's get back in there. We've got an ammonia ampule. This is giving me such a nostalgic feeling for being a brand new game, I'll tell you what. As much as I am very much not typically a fan of these 3D third-person isomorphic games, this
There
works.
he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
All right, it's still a low chance. +1 has ammonia. We're gonna go. We're gonna go in here. Oh, look at that! 34% complete. The lonesome long way home. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's see. I still cannot level up. Is there anything I can level up? Experience points, 80 out of 100. So as soon as I hit 100 experience points, I can level up one thing. What? What should I level up? Should I boost some of my best skills through the roof and rely on them more heavily? It seems like what I got going is I need to be more of a generalist. I need better roles in multiple categories. Very interesting. Maybe I should have started my character off with, 3, 3, 3, 3 or something. Because let's see, 1, 6, 10, 12. Yeah, 4 categories, 3 points each. Maybe I should have done that. That would have been the best way to go. Just be a generalist. I don't know. One thing we are doing. Let's see, we're going to close that. We got to leave, and I need to look in here. And apparently, like this item, I can click on it, but it does not appear to be something I can use. I cannot put it in my hands. Yep. I cannot put it where the bullets are, of course. That makes me think we might actually find my gun at some point. All we can do is attempt the roll a second time with the ampule of ammonia in my hands. We're gonna try that. All right, that's good to know. I don't know how to use items. It says when I find cigarettes, I need to put them in my hand. Let's see, can I put this? I can't put the handkerchief in my hand either. All right. Well, that answers my question. There's nothing I can do.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Yeah, so we're going to try it again with a 17% chance. Here we go. Let go of your nose without throwing up.
The ammonia only makes it worse.
Oh, shit.
The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once.
Oh, boy.
The second time, not so much.
Yeah, we're going to
When
puke
the
again.
vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Yep. Indeed. Well, the ammonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
You feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
Well, that's nice.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Fair enough. We've got options. I can say, why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life? Or, this is bullshit. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a cop. Or, can't we do something else? I think I want to solve something else now. Or, do it with me. I just can't keep it down. Do it without me. I just can't keep it down. Yona says, hey, Ben. Hello and welcome. We're trying to get a corpse out of a tree. Let's ask him to do it without me.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He withdraws his hand and looks you in the eye.
You need to get your shit together.
I can say, okay. I can shake my head and say no. I can say, but I don't want to get my shit together. Or I can say, but my shit is already together. I should just say, okay. He's not wrong.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
Looks like we're not getting that corpse out of the tree. Not at the moment. Yona says, looks like I came at the right time of a something choice. At the right time of a wrong choice. Something like that. We're not getting the corpse out of the tree. We're not solving that problem right now. It's not happening. I can't do it.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
I have gained a thought.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
All right, we're going to go to our thought cabinet. Volumetric shit compressor. It will take 30 minutes to research. It says your shit is apart. And it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Let's internalize. There we go. We are eating up our slots here while this one processes. All right, we got 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, my shit will be together. We're going to put it all in a bag and take it to the ship museum. Also, inspect the body. Equip and complete volumetric shit compressor thought. Well, there we go. We have done so. And, yeah, let's go. Anything else in this area? I can talk to the kids again. Oh, look at this. Let's open this thing up. What's in here?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Well, let's continue.
There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
My options are to leave, or to ask myself, why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Not bad. I can ask the lieutenant, what do you think could be in here, or keep the hunch to myself? Let's ask him.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence, too.
Let's see. Yes, I feel like there's something in there. 2 seems like a reasonable assumption. Or 3, then we should open it immediately. I'm going to go straight for, let's cut to the chase. We should open it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Kim leans in to inspect the lock. Let's see, how do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or
Lieutenant?
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Let's see. I could, whoa, tool is not equipped. Well, let's leave. Okay. Let's go, where is it? Here it is. Let's equip the tool. Pry bar. We're going to put it in my hand. Okay. Let's attempt this again.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Let's make the attempt. Because what's the harm? We can always go inside and ask for a key if it doesn't work, right? I hope. Hold on. We're going to do this. We're going to quick save. See, Yona says, I said you were in the middle of a weird choice. I'm not yelling at you. I just want you to see what I'm saying. But then I yelled at you. Sorry. Yes, weird choice. That little heart in the corner was making it so I couldn't see your words. It is a weird choice. But I've saved it now. We're going to try
this trash container
and force it open.
The sliding lid forced
failure.
Happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending.
Okay.
What is this? Your triceps ache for the metal to bend, but it resists. This calls for a potent curse to help break its resistance. Utter the power words.
All right. Are the power words number 1? The fuck kind of metal is this? This fucking shit. Or I can kick the container. Or I can hang from the pry bar with all my weight. Or I can say, that's it. I can't pry it open. The half-light was successful, and it told me to utter the power words. The only option here, which are words of power, is fuck this shit. Let's do it. Sup, Tiamat D-Lord. He says, so how you liking it? I'm digging it. It is a very different kind of game from what I've been playing lately, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. I like to change it up once in a while, play some things that are, a different speed, a different kind of experience. We'll see how long this takes me, though. I mean, this could be a game that lasts 2 weeks. It could be a game that lasts a month because I can't figure out what to do. I don't know how complicated this is going to get. So hang in there for Mr. Toad's wild ride. Let's do this. Fuck this shit.
The quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough.
Is that not the words of power? Come on. Team Ed Dealord says, not chosen the communism yet. Just kidding? ? Do you mean in the conversation with the Southern gal in the wheelchair? I picked the libertarian utopia with the intelligent AI. I don't know. She said, no, that's not it. But I do have socialist champagne, and you can go to BenjaminTheDreamWizard.locals.com and get the recipe. All right, let's continue.
He's enjoying your little failure. He finds it amusing. He's reveling in sweaty rage on your face.
Fine, let's kick the container. Oh, I bet I just damaged myself.
Unsatisfying.
Yep.
Hurtful. You hear a ringing sound, but not quite hollow.
Ah.
The can seems to be full. Full of itself. Content. Happy you failed. This snickering trash container is having a grand old time.
Let's not anthropomorphize trash containers. All right, let's hang from the pry bar with all our weight.
There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly the technique is wrong, but nothing else comes to mind.
All right, screw it. That's it. I can't pry it open.
Let's ask the manager for the key. This is clearly not working.
Okay. It clearly is not working. Let's leave. Let's go back and talk to the manager, I guess. Tiamat says, this game studio has in its development something artist turned out to be weird in the unionizing. You should look into it. Has in its development. So I'll have to wait until the text moves up to see that hidden word. Oh. This game studio has in its development half artist turned out to be weird in the unionizing. You should look into it. They wanted. Maybe they wanked too. They wanted more scathing stuff, but it was developed in Eastern Europe. Weird moral choices like Metro did. Yeah, very interesting characterization so far. I'm not bored. I am not at all bored. All right, let's go in my inventory here. Put away the pry bar. No need to walk around with that thing. And let's go talk to the manager. Hey, I gotta get into the. So far, there's a bunch of walking back and forth, which, man, I wish there was a way to move faster. There is no sprint command. But I guess that's what you should expect from a more thoughtful, contemplative. Oh, what is this? I missed a thing here. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful, dark liquid spilling out.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
An hour, 2 hours, pretty long. It's drink o'clock, or not now. Okay, here's the thing. I might think it's wise that a police officer should be sober, but he appears to be a long-term chronic alcoholic. There is a point at which that becomes a problem. And the problem specifically is not drinking. If he seriously starts to go through withdrawals, he could die. And it's definitely going to impair his performance. So it's a weird situation where like a functional alcoholic kind of has to drink unless they're going to seriously go through detox. T-Mat says, if you like this style, you should try the Deus Ex games of later series. I did play one of the Deus Ex games. I can't remember which one, but I did. I think it might have been before I started streaming. Might have been Deus Ex Human Revolution or something like that. I'm not sure. Let's pick the option pretty long. It's drink o'clock.
Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
I can answer, I've been secretly thinking about it all the time. Or actually, I should. Or should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Or, now that you mention it, I do need a rum and lemonade. I'd love for Gart to serve me up a beverage. Let's do that.
Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too. But first, you should lick that stain off the counter. Yeah, man. Let's get wild. Lick it.
Okay, here's something I'm not going to do. I'm not going to lick it. I'm also not going to lick it, but only a little. I'm gonna don't lick it.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then.
We're also not going to get a drink from the bartender because it's the manager, and he ain't serving me shit because I owe him money. T-Matt says, yeah, I think it's Revolution. The last 2 Deus Ex games were really good. Older ones needed remakes. I think the one I played was a little dated by the time I got around to playing it, yeah. Purely for the graphics, for sure.
It would go well with those cigarettes. That's a great combination.
I'm here to say that is a great combination, but I can't recommend cigarettes, even if they are great. Because, number one, I don't know if I can say any of that on YouTube. Don't smoke, kids. But also because if you're not already a smoker, you shouldn't start. And if you already are, you know how great it is. All right, let's end that. Let's talk to this guy. I didn't even see him there earlier. He is a sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads, Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Let's pick up the pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
I picked up some more magnesium. Bobby B says, I agree, beer and butts are a great combo. Try it, kids. Oh boy, here we go. T-Mac continues, early ones still have a classic feel, but it's something about the Quake engine. Yeah. Let's see.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Well, we're going to make the attempt at using my physical instrument at a challenging 12 to wake him up. I get a 58%, almost 60% chance. I got +1 ruckus talking to Gart. This is a white check. You may retry it. Let's give it a try. I'm feeling good about this one. This one's going to roll. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's go.
You gently
Failure.
shake his shoulder, but nothing happens.
Oh.
This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Well, there you have it. He is not getting up. And we have a new quest, though. Let's see. We got to find some booze and drink it. Okay. Should you choose to accept it. Equip and complete volumetric shit compressor thought. Let's go look at my thoughts. That one's sitting at 30%. And this one is working its way through. We got 3 hours and 45 minutes left before I can figure out where I live. Oh, that's great. Excuse me. T-Matt says plot is good for Deus Ex, though. It has good twists for stuff. Yeah. I recall having enjoyed it for sure. Is that a sign on the door? Let's read that sign on the door. Summer door closed for the winter. Well, that makes sense. All right, let's talk to Mr. Gart.
Can I help you?
Let's see. I can talk to him about the trash container, about the money I owe, about getting a drink. He's going to say no. I've seen something here at the Whirling, Gart. A thing I need to talk about. What is that? By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke. We don't need to talk to him about that yet. Let's ask about the trash container. We're on a mission.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Well, do you have the key, dumbass?
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors, too. They put their trash there, and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
Callous. What feels callous? I can ask, I wonder what this feeling is, or no, it doesn't. Nothing stirs in me, and it isn't callous, it's common sense. Let's go down the rabbit hole. What is this feeling?
Prod at him and find out.
Let's see. I mean, rhetoric says prod at him. We've already pissed him off before, so we might as well. Or I can cut to the chase and say we need the keys. Let's see if he says anything. If we kind of jerk him around a bit.
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
Fair enough. All right, we need those keys.
What do you need them for?
I need them to get the trash open, dumbass.
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
He takes keys from under the counter and hands them to you. Let's see. Anything else? I'm going to ask him for a drink.
Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
He sounds irritated.
You sound irritated. Why? All I want is a drink.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this?
He shakes the imaginary shaker furiously.
Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted?
Nope. Let's see. I could say, what a fucking drink, asshole. Or, you don't understand the seriousness of the situation. I'm an alcoholic. I need my fix. Or, please make an exception. I got the shakes bad, man. I need my pacifier. Or, fine then. I had something else I needed. Begging? Please? I don't know about that. You don't understand how serious this is. I'm an alcoholic. I need a fix. Let's do it. He's probably going to say, not my problem.
Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir. Was there anything else you needed other than alcohol?
Let's go down to this one. I've seen something here at the Whirling Gart I need to talk to you about.
What thing?
He rolls his eyes. I saw a sign that said the mess hall was reserved for the Union, or I saw a sign that said you can't go into the kitchen. Why can't you go into the kitchen? Let's ask about the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He's looking at me when he says they always pay on time.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
My authority/pride demands I retaliate. I can let it go because I'm above gratuitous baiting, or I can say, it's a shame you got to suck up to the Union to stay afloat. That sounds, to me, more like commiserating. Like, hey, that sucks, man. But I'm definitely going to say it.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
Well, it got me some +5 XP. I'll take it.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
The lieutenant gives you a meaningful nod. Well, how do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
Let's ask about the kitchen.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Could say maybe I am a cook. Or tell him I have a search warrant. Or there may be something pertinent to the investigation. in the kitchen. Or I can just tell them, look, man, I'm hungry. I'm going to be sarcastic. Maybe I am a cook.
You're not. You're a menace. Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the real cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
I must. All right, there's something else I want to ask about.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Okay, so reaction speed. Rolled an easy 8. My total was 8. I barely made it. And it's recommending game style. The game talking to me, the player saying, come back to this thing. Gart, I saw another thing at the whirling. Okay. Let's tell them about karaoke before we leave.
Absolutely out of the question.
What?
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Okay, good enough. Let's bounce. We got the keys. That was like 20 minutes of my life looking for keys. That's okay. Yeah, we got an autosave. I'll take it. Oh, wait a minute. What's in the notebook now? So many things that popped up. If I'm going to figure out what's new, I got to stop. Okay, find out who is in the Union box. That must have been the most recent. It's probably in the order I acquired them, as far as I know. But still, if I want to go looking for what the most recent quest is, I was going to leave those marks on there of like until I've cleared them. But then I think once I clear them, they disappear and they go onto the done list, so I don't have to do that. All right. And it's raining. Of course it's raining. Oh, such a long way to run.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
All right, we're going to open it with the key.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid.
Should be?
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Why does my inland empire warning me not to open it? Didn't I just have a premonition that there is something in there? Or open the lid, or maybe another time? I'm going to question myself. What was up with that feeling then?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Open it up. So what if I don't like it?
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Well, I got plus 10 experience for doing it.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Let's see. We can look under the boxes of carton, whatever that means. Pick up the rags, search the food waste, or close the lid. Well, let's look under the boxes.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
Like, is that what I was eating?
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
All right, let's pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Let's grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Oh boy, that's why we're going to regret it. This is the dude's clothes, because obviously he's hanging there mostly naked.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver in odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Well, we got a clue there. Somebody killed him, and then later came back and stripped someone, same person, we don't know, came back and took the clothes off him after he had started to decay. We're starting to put together a little bit of a timeline for the series of events.
Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket, and we bag the trousers.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
I can reach for it or nope the fuck out. Let's reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ew, bag the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
All right, so the victim was a soldier, concealing armor. I mean, it looks like he's wearing some kind of shin guards and boots, knee protectors, knee pads. Interesting they wouldn't take that off him, too. Like, they'd leave that on, but definitely leave his torso and waist area naked for whatever reason.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
I tell Kim, a thrown out towel, a mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
He indicated with a nod of his head the red-haired boy we were talking to. Kuno! Kuno is Kuno. Ride the lightning. We can respond simply okay and proceed. Or, yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here. Or, you think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe? Do I want... Okay, we can't confront the kid. We need to make peace with him first, and then he will answer our questions. Probably. I am interested... I mean, Kim is probably going to say, who knows? But let's ask him if he thinks someone from the hostel here might be involved.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. They were in a locked container, but there's no reason, say, even Gart would have known why clothes were in there. And the garbage smells bad. He probably never thought twice about it. He may not have even been the one to open it up just because he had the keys. All right, proceed.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
All right, there's more options. Let's search the food waste. Let's be a little thorough with our investigation here.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey,
You gotta have chicken bones for good measure.
nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here.
My inland empire is giving me responses. Why? Why?
What's this?
What is it?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
I pick it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I can tell him no, it can't be, or I can say I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Well, shit. Did I do this? Did I start to collect evidence from this guy a few days ago when I got here? Strip off his clothes and start to fill out paperwork and say, fuck it, and throw it all in the dumpster? There's a chance. But we did find a secret task, find your paperwork, and gained +10 experience. Alrighty.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
We got options here. Number 1, it must have been cramping my style. Number 2, it has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. Number 3, I think I don't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Number 4, someone from the whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring. Number 5, I'd rather not talk about it right now. Let's say I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away.
Well,
Kim doesn't know what to say.
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
I can say nothing. Or, okay, I'll do that. Or, I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't like those. I'm going to say, okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
He peers into the trash where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
We cannot go to the inventory right now. We can go to the skills page or the notes. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to do that in a moment. Let's look at the mug. I'm getting that mug, too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
An antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
I take the mug. The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Yeah, I would expect Mr. Kim Kitsuragi not to be amused by a mug with a racist depiction of a yellow man. Par for the course.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Looks like that's it, man. Were we thorough? We got extra XP, found a hidden quest, closed the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Clang.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
They're not offering me an option to lock the container again, so we'll just leave. I got a thought in my head.
Volumetric shit compressor.
The first completed thought.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
I really am enjoying this game. It's tremendously well written. I mean, let's hope this quality remains high throughout the entire game, but that's fantastic. What do we got here? All right, volumetric shit compressor. So I can forget it. But why would I do that? Bonuses from the thought. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. But if I forget it, I lose the bonuses. Is this... Let's wait until I need to forget something to open up something else. Looks like I have limited slots. I've got 2 out of 6 occupied. And there are more up here that have little X's over them. And maybe I can unlock them later. So we're not going to do that right now. Let's look at our quest list. We have updated Inspect the Body. Who put the clothes in the trash? Ask Kuno if he knows something. Ask Gart if he knows how the victim's clothes got there. Also, read your ledger and name the case. Let's go to our equipment list here. What interactable items? Okay, let's look at the mug. How do we interact with the mug? Use the interact button in your inventory to inspect the item. Okay, well, what is the interact button? I thought I wrote down all of them. Cabinet, character sheet, inventory. Well, this is the interact tab. What is the okay? This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It looks to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. No idea what that means, but, okay. Well, let's inspect the damaged ledger. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case. How do we use the interact button in inventory? What is the interact button? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to options. Whoops. And go to controls. Help. Quick save. Pause menu. Movement. Character sheet. Inventory. Thought cabinet. Journal. Map. Highlight. Act. Action or interact. Zoom in and out. So it is just left click. Left click apparently is what they want me to do. I am attempting to interact with it. And all it's doing is moving graphics on the screen that look like a roll of film. This looks like a return mark next to enter. So is the button actually pressing the return key? Does absolutely nothing. It does not create anything. Let's go back here and look. This case needs an official name. Go to your inventory and interact with the damaged ledger to give it a name. Finding the right line may take some time. Hey, is there anybody out there who's played this before who wants to tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do? Something is not adding up here. I'm on the interact page. I'm clicking the interact button. Left click, right click appear to do nothing. Double click does nothing. Clicking on the image, clicking on the text.
It's the ledger you found
Holy
in the
fuck.
trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Okay, so apparently there was a interact button next to the name of the object on that screen. That's what I was supposed to click. Fair enough. Figured it out. Sometimes you just spam the button all over the screen until something happens. And that's what I did. I got lucky.
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
Ooh, I'm going to hope that's... I don't know if I should hope that is mine or not mine. Oh boy.
It's a metaphor for you.
There you go.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
We're looking all the way into the blue heart. Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
I can take it off. I can leave it there because, hey, that's cool. Or maybe it's kitchen tissue. They look exactly the same. Let's ask that question.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not, though. It's toilet paper.
Let's take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger, and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better.
That was worth 5 XP. Removing a piece of moist kitchen tissue. Let's inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
I can run my finger across the aluminium. I have a feeling it's going to cut me and it's going to hurt. Let's try.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Well, let's ask the lieutenant. Hey, what's this? And point at the sticker.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
I might have just found the address of my home police station, Station 41, right?
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
All right, how can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
The right wavelength. Like what, for example?
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
We can go back to the car if we want to read it. Okay, and we got a new quest there too. Read the. There's so many quests. Am I ever going to finish this game? I mean, how much of this game is there? I've heard it could take up to 25 hours to do the main quest. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Yona says, good job, Ben. Thank you much. Always appreciate the encouragement.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Yona says, I didn't watch the beginning, so I'm as blind as you. Fair enough. I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea. All right, that's all. Thank you. Conclude.
Okay.
He returns to his neatly kept notes.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Let's browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Wow, is this the history of my character's recent work, quote unquote? Yona says, but it seems you are following your intuitively inquisitive nature. Keep going. Thank you. We've got options here. There was a mention of naming convention here, or count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room? Or I'm done inspecting. Close the case files. Let's look at the naming convention.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Those would be cases a detective might wish to solve.
You like this grimy murdering, don't you?
Maybe.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
All right. Well, that was the first option. Next one. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
I could lie and say, yeah, that's the one. Or, no, I mean a non-numeric one with titles. Let's just be honest.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Okay, why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I can choose to say nothing, or I could say, I seem to have a case named the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Let's tell them about the case.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
You know, if you're going to deal with death, you got to have a morbid sense of humor. It's just the way it is.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
Me too. Well, let's ask. Kim, what happened to the man?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
That's one way to get a hole in your head. All right. Number 3, before we leave, is count the pages and say, I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Room for one more case? Perhaps the final case? Either before I die or quit being a police officer? Either way, that is rather ominous foreshadowing. Let's commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager.
Let's cross out the ones I have already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
I do love checking off to-do list items. One of my simple pleasures in life.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you, by any chance, named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
We can go with The Hanged Man, The Furies Are at Home in the Mirror, The Setting Sun, or Shit on a Stick. Or I can just say, actually, I don't have one. I kind of like The Furies Are at Home in the Mirror, because that was something that was said earlier. The Setting Sun, that seems to bear no relation. Shit on a Stick, yeah, this guy probably smells worse than that. But I want to keep it simple, direct, to the point. What are we doing here? We're working the case of the Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
I've built a little rapport and friendly camaraderie with Kim. He's impressed that we would select the same title. I dig it.
I'm going to start calling it The Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Woohoo! We gained plus 30 experience, and we have read your ledger and named the case. He flips the pages of his notebook. I'm done inspecting these and close the case files.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
We could browse the case files again. We can try logic and read the case files now. +1 now that Kim has explained the system. That's a low chance. I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to try these things now, because if I fail, I can just try it again later. It's a white check, so we could retry it. But if I succeed, it could open up something. And you never know. You roll those dice and you hope something's going to pop up. Let's roll the dice and see what happens.
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
Okay. Well, let's browse the yellow papers. What are they?
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Well, what's a misconduct fine?
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
What is a station call?
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
And finally, a field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
My own body, my physical instrument, succeeded a check and filled in some gaps there. Interesting. What is the purpose of that? Now, it's more flavor text in a way, but is it more than that? All right, enough of these. Close the forms.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill
5
those
XP.
forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys.
There you go.
What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better.
I got success, and I guess that gave me +1 health back. Okay. That was, it said a medium difficulty at an 11, and my total was 11. I barely made that check. Maybe it would have given me nothing if I failed. Why would authority? I guess my pride relishes the power hidden within the pathetic mess. Okay.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Okay, we are way overdue for a break, and I gotta pee. So I'm gonna put this on pause, like so. I can't save it, but that's okay. We're just gonna leave it on pause, and I'm gonna come right back in about 10 minutes, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. So hang in there. I shall return, hopefully in less than 10 minutes.
Benjamin the Dream Wizard wants to help you pierce the veil of night and shine the light of understanding upon the mystery of dreams. Every episode of his Dreamscapes program features real dreamers gifted with rare insight into their nocturnal visions. New Dreamscapes episodes appear every week on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and other video hosting platforms, as well as free audiobooks exploring the psychological principles which inform our dream experience, and much, much more. To join the Wizard as a guest, reach out across more than a dozen social media platforms and through the contact page at benjaminthedreamwizard.com, where you will also find the Wizard's growing catalog of historical dream literature available on Amazon, documenting the wisdom and wonder of exploration into the world of dreams over the past 2,000 years. That's Benjamin the Dream Wizard on YouTube and at benjaminthedreamwizard.com.
in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Wait, what?
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now hold on a second. Don't you listen to him. What did I ever do to you?
She will do everything in her power to stop you.
Well, yeah. I don't want to die.
She'll charm, and she'll lie, and she'll promise you the world. And if she has the chance, she will kill you 12 times over.
Is he even listening to me?
Don't forget, the fate of the world rests on your shoulders.
You're not actually going to try and slay me or anything, right? Because I wouldn't if I were you. If you try, I'll kill you as many times as it takes.
All right, I'm back. We're gonna let this finish up. Ghost Runner coming soon. And there it is. All right, we're back to it. The dog has decided to become comfy in my lap once again. I've got my microphone on. There we go. The game sound. You never know. You never know. All right, continuation. Here we go. What else is going on with this damaged ledger? Let's look at the clipboard itself.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color was?
Blue.
Why is that an option? Well, it made me laugh. I mean, I guess that's the entire purpose.
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Oh, the blue heart. That's the blue heart, huh? Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Unfortunately, it's not my gun stashed in there. Better luck next time. Let's peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it? That is the conclude thing. It's going to give me another quest. Watch this.
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
All right, we can attempt interfacing. -1 because I have not completed the Lonesome Long Way Home. I mean, we'll try it again later, but let's roll that dice. Let's see what happens. Cross your fingers. Wish me luck. Here we go.
Is not
Fail.
what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck.
Fair enough. We gave it a try. This game is just relentless failure from the very beginning.
A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment there, before it recedes, you feel as though you might just squeeze a tear of anger out of your duct. Makes you wonder, why?
My man here does not seem to be someone happy with failure of any kind, even the slightest indignity.
It's unjust, that's why. You can't even get to that thing anymore.
Yeah, it is unjust.
The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
This is probably a very bad idea, but we're going to smell the ledger.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Okay. Boy, I'm sure glad we sniffed the ledger. All right, let's put it away. There it is. Okay, so this is the interact button. Damaged. So let's interact with the yellow mug and see what happens.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
I can leave, or I can say there's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about the broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
We got some options. This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. Or, I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. Or, the mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. Or, the mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? Prejudice, pushiness, political capital, or pleasantry. Let's go with can anyone take a joke anymore?
Understood. You're that kind of detective. Why don't you get back to your case?
Fair enough. Hey, we did a thing, and I got no experience points for that. Whatever. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Read the watermarks. Get in front of Kanima's headlights and read the halogen watermarks on your ledger. This may yield some information about who you are. Yeah. First, go to the Kanima and turn on the lights. Wonderful. What do we got here? We do have the ability to level up. Where do we put our points? I am open to suggestions. Please feel free to start typing anytime if you've got an idea of what I should be doing while I ponder the problem during the pause. Damn, I feel like I got an eyelash in my eye. I hate that. I'm gonna live, but man, that's annoying. Right when I need to, like, look at the screen and read things. We've seen Encyclopedia come up. We've seen Rhetoric come up. We've seen Visual Calculus come up. If I put a point in here, I could try again to go over and deal with the boot prints. That might be the way to go. Volition. Inland Empire comes up a lot. So maybe I want to level that up. It seems to give me, it's my own sense of self. What am I feeling? What am I experiencing during this? Let's see, empathy. Authority comes up a lot, but that's already pretty high. I mean, these are all pretty high already. Esprit de corps has been very useful along the way. Suggestion, I've had that fail a few times. Endurance. Take the blows. Don't let the world kill you. I would like to not die. But again, that's already pretty high. Not high enough, I suppose. Physique base +4. Damage -1. That's not good. Should I level up to make damage 0 instead of -1? Pain. Physical instrument. And electrochemistry comes up a lot. Shivers has popped up. Half-light pops up a lot. Let the body take control. Threaten people. I'm not real comfortable with that approach personally. Let's see, what do we got here? Hand-eye coordination, perception, reaction speed. That's popped up once. Savoir-faire's popped up once. Interfacing. I can also boost interfacing and try and get into my the hidden compartment on the clipboard, basically. Or composure. Okay, we're gonna put off the hidden compartment on the clipboard for a while. We're gonna go to visual calculus, and I'm gonna try and level that up. Let's see what happens when I level up. Unless someone had advice, I'm seeing nothing. I think folks have had the opportunity to respond if they were going to. Yep, we're going for visual calculus. Let's level up and see what happens. It is okay. It is now 2. I can revert. Click to revert all spent skill points. Interesting. Well, now the visual calculus has been boosted. Let's get out of this screen and go over here and try to look at these skid marks again here. Now that I've leveled them up, what happens?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
I only got a +1, and it's still a very low chance. But we're going to roll those dice again. It's got to come up. Boxcars for me at some point, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Wow.
Oh!
Still not doing it.
Automatic failure.
You're bad at this.
Okay. Options. This seems really important. Tracks on the scene, and I can't read them at all, Lieutenant. Or whisper to yourself, why is this so complicated? Or just swallow it. Let's talk to Kim. What do you make of it?
Don't beat yourself down. Neither can I. We'll have another look later.
Alrighty. Well, we gave it a shot. That was worth it. Let's experiment though. What happens if I revert? Oh, I cannot revert points. I have leveled up. Skill cap reached, and but I'm halfway to another skill point, so there it is. There it is. It's interesting. I mean, I've got a 5 here. And it's boosted everything except volition. Why is volition only at a 3? But everything else is at a 6, 5, 5, 6, 4. Interesting. Interesting. I'm hoping there aren't actually, like, skill points I was supposed to spend. I mean, it basically, Psyche at a +5. Hey, then why is volition? Oh, because damage. Because I have damage -2. It drops it down to a 3. Huh. Damage affects volition. Bonus from items, -1. Huh. Yeah, I'm not as charming as I could be because my clothes are ugly. Okay, so that's what happens here. So if you've got damage, your volition drops. And if you have damage, your endurance drops. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, good enough. I have investigated how to play the game better. We needed to go back inside and ask a question, right? No. Here we go. We're gonna go look at the clipboard under the lights of the car.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Well, let's humor him. Press the engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canema comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the headlight button. Here we go.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Okay. Let's go stand in front of the machine. And I've got a thought in my head. What is it?
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
We can look at the shimmering street grid or look at the perforations. Well, let's start with the grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Canema's headlights.
I can wait and look around me, or I can ask, where are we on this map? Let's wait and look around.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime, 2 men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
I'm going to say I'm the one who does not know his lines.
Ah, Martinez.
He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?" I ask Kim.
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the ocean. I can respond, seems nice, seems like a shithole, or I'm sure I've seen worse. Let's say, seems nice.
No, it does not.
The lieutenant says without optimism. All right, fine. Let's look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Let's tally up the rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means.
No,
yet.
I don't, but I had to know what that option would say. That's what it said. What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Let's count them up individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3. That's it?
That's it.
Hey, Kim, what do all these holes mean? Pointing to the dots on the watermark.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
That is my physical instrument talking to me on a successful roll. Interesting.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Ooh, lots of options here. Wait, 18 years I've done this? Or, got drunk like a megastar. Or, I walked the land, telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. Or, probably some boring office job, same as everyone else. Or, I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. Probably, likely. Or, do you really think I have any idea? Let's say 18 years. What?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Got drunk like a megastar?
Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Well, he sounds impressed. I can ask him, is that a lot? Or I would have thought there'd be more. Let's ask, is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop, huh?
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Well, I wouldn't hope for those to be higher. You never hope you need to do that.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
I'm going to answer, well, that's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
All right. A little bit of approval from this guy. Good. I would want that number to be low, too.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of those officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
All right, well, I'm not a complete shitheel. That's nice to know. Seen better days, but, those better days were better.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Can ask him if he ever killed anyone, or ask him how he handles the strain. Let's start with asking him if he had to shoot somebody.
Yes.
He declines to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Well, my friend, how do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Really? Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Fair enough. He's not being a dick about it. He's like, hey, you got yellow gloves. Maybe it's a sign. All right, thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Plus 10 XP. Task updated. Read the watermarks. Let's go to our task list. Oh, now we have a map. Do we? Nope. Acquire a copy of the city map. We still have not, but the map has been updated. These are found white checks on the white. These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. Okay, we can go back and try the visual calculus or endurance. The hanged man. Why don't we go back and try the endurance? This looks like they're both worth XP. I think so. The ceiling fan. Yeah, have to boost savoir-faire to get our tie. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Should I say that one more time? No.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Statistics. Journal page. Okay. Officer profile. Superstar cop 1. Sorry cop 1. Communist 1. Fascist 1. Ultra liberal 1. Moralist 0. Good cop, bad cop 2. Honor 0. People killed 3. That may go up. Cases solved 216. Years in service 18 years. How about that? Interesting. I've got communist, fascist, and ultra liberal responses. I don't know what that means. I don't know how I earned those at all. Here we go. Back to the body. We're gonna try one more time. Certainly, if you just keep rolling the dice, eventually you've got to win, right? Isn't that how it works? I don't think that's how it works at all. That is, of course, the gambler's mantra. One more roll. Feel like I'm about to get lucky.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Wow, because I got my shit together, I got a +6 bonus. It is a legendary attempt, but I got an 83% chance. If this fails, I don't even know. Let's try.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Oh, do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
I step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
All right. You heard my crow of success, my ejaculation of surprise, so to speak. Let's inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
What kind of boots are these, Kim?
They're armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Sabatons. Indeed. Okay, then. What kind of armor is this?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Okay, what happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
So maybe he got stripped down because people took his shit. So whoever took his stuff, his armor, probably took his clothing off too and threw it in the trash. Fair enough.
We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
My pain threshold says to me. Well, why does my mortal coil need protecting?
Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
Maybe he was just wearing those boots and there was no rest of the armor?
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
What if they told him to strip before they hung him to demean him? That's not the case because there was crap on there. I'm not even going to ask that. He could have been walking around naked just like this for all we know. No, neither one of these answers are good. All right, let's pick the first one.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking talking about underpants.
The material here, it looks out of place.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Oh, ka-ching, baby, and nod at the boots, or... It's a lot, I take it. Say ka-ching, baby.
By catching, do you mean, let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
Maybe I mean that. How do you feel about it?
What was that about the constabulatory before? You need to push some buttons if you want to recruit the lieutenant in a conspiracy.
Let's see. I can outright deny it. No, that's not what I meant. Or, that is what ka-ching means, yes. Or, if this constabulary is dragging their feet, why not start ourselves before more good men die? Ooh, starting to snow. It just started snowing. Crazy, but it is. It's snowing. What is it? Heart-istified says, hi, just wanted to drop a quick message to say your gameplay is fantastic. Thank you very much. Why don't we just arm ourselves?
So they don't get shot in the foot? I think our extremities are fine without the dead man's boots.
Fine, yeah.
Oops. Well, no one said it would work. Back to detecting now.
Yep. All right, so how could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Well, that would make sense. Initial report, you say?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Oh, I'm sure I did, right?
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
That's the result of a successful empathy roll. I wonder if there's ever a check that I fail in this regard and it just doesn't tell me. Interesting. I mean, it definitely changes how the story plays out if there are options hidden because I don't have the right stats to reveal them. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. These look pretty advanced for a security guard, Kim.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
All right, let's knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Ting, ting, ting.
Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
Let's punch it harder. I'm going to hurt myself. Watch this.
Your fist connects to the boot with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder.
Well, I wanted to know what would happen.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yeah, like dice rolling.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
He points to the toe.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly.
Yeah, I would say. There we go. We got another person popping in to say, hello, mate, your stream's pretty cool. That's why I followed you. If you don't mind, we can chat on Discord. There you go. Thank you much. I see the follows. Appreciate it. Let's pull off the boot.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Yep. I grabbed the boot under my arm.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
I mean, honestly, this guy's head could just pop right off. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
That's what I was thinking.
Brutal!
I can say what? I can say, Lieutenant, you seem distressed. Or, oh, that's a bad idea, isn't it? Let's say that's a bad idea, huh?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
I'm not going to argue with the kid and say, not a homo. Do what? Or, I'm going to pull his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Lots of options here. I could say these boots would go super well with my bell-bottom pants. We've already ruled that out. This is advanced enemy technology. We should conduct research into their weakness. It's a rationale. Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot. That's the one I'm inclined to choose. Or you said they're expensive. I thought I could pawn them and earn some lucre. Or it's that constabulary thing I said before with the dead guys. I want to protect them. Or I'm sorry, I didn't even want to take it off. I just thought I should try. I think we should take the boots off to find clues.
Maybe we should concentrate on what's outside the boot and leave what's inside to the boys at processing. Just this once. Besides,
he taps on the boot.
There's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
That would be why. They were able to get off his other armor, but not the boots, because they are fused to his organic matter. Oh, it just sounds nasty. I bet it is. I bet the stench is awful, too. I'm glad I'm playing a game here and not actually in the room with this guy, or in the field, no matter how much air there is.
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan, accept, or steal a dead man's boots, but that would be dishonorable. Refuse for honor. No, I'm going to accept. That sounds like a plan after all.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
All right, what's going to happen to the boots then?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Yep, let's back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Man, all of that, all those dialogue trees for the last 10 minutes was just inspecting the boots. Let's look at the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Okay.
Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
Well, what is it? What word?
Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Oh, I'm going to say this is a bad time for a drink, right?
Extremely.
Okay. What kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Okay. What we in the States here would call a tie-down strap. And interesting, they call it a cargo belt, and we call it a tie-down.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town, and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pin.
I can respond like in a harbor, like in a circus for transporting black-spotted giraffes, or in a... I can't come up with anything other than harbor.
Yes, it looks like they used whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
So, we're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it, or they sure wanted him to stay there. That polyester seems strong. Or, how did they even get him up there? Or we can back off and look at the corpse. We could assume dock workers from the harbor did it, if they were using whatever material came to hand.
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Let's see, I can tell them I did. Or no, they might have forgotten to brief me. Or my past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not any briefing. He's not going to like that. What have I learned about Kim? Kim doesn't seem to like it when I suggest I might be less than competent. But is that actually for the best? So what if he doesn't like it? So what if it doesn't bring us closer together? So what if it doesn't make him respect me more? Is that important, or is it more important that actually he knows I'm pretty messed up in the head and I might need some help? There's a couple of different ways to go with this. I'm inclined to just be honest. And so that's what I'm going to do. For good or bad, we're just going to tell him the truth. My past has undergone total annihilation.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
And we got a task from it. You should ask me for a briefing the first moment we get. All right. And now we say, hey, they sure wanted him to stay there. Polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
Okay. Well, speaking of which, how did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above.
I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
Although there is a way to climb up. I would assume that's what we were going to do. And I would stand on one of these ladder rungs and lean over and cut him loose. And it would probably snap and I would fall. All right, let's back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Well, let's inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
I wonder what mine will be marked by.
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Probably.
Your fist clenches suddenly.
It'll be marked by bullet holes, or it will be riddled with disco. Yeah. Let's go with disco.
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
Interesting.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What is that?
A Trigat Sunshine. Mini.
What the hell is that?
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
A Trigat Sunshine Mini.
An instant color camera.
Aha. He produces two metal-clapped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
Huh.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
He's got a little Polaroid there, huh?
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. I turn to him and say, "Cool machine."
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
Well, what do we need the photo for? I mean, it's evidence. Why would I ask such a dumb question, but proceed.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
All right. We got a photograph to show around. Let's say, can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
No guarantees. Kim hands you the piece of rolled-up photo paper. It's no longer than a pack of cigarettes.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
All right, let's look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Staring into the abyss, and Cthulhu's looking back.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Huh. I can roll it again. Tell me, who are you, dead man? 83% chance. Doesn't mean I won't fail, but I'm counting on a win. Let's do it.
I'm gone.
Shit. He's talking to me. I'm gone. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Is this the voice that was talking to me before I woke up? But that was my own inland empire, wasn't it? All right, where is that? Where's the wild pale yonder?
In the past. Way out in the west.
I can ask him about getting the damn compartment in my ledger open. Let's do it. Let's ask him. Why not? It's a weird question, but let's do it.
The Blue Heart. Oh, that's good shit. You'll love it. Just press down and fuck it open like you always do.
Wow. Wow.
Fuck it hard. Corpopo the Clown.
Ooh. What is happening?
He means force. It'll work.
I mean, yeah. All right, dead man. I can see you're gone. But who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now. But who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
He doesn't sound proud of it.
Takes one to know one.
Okay. I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Corpo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination.
It sure is.
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
I do. Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
All right, why is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Oh, is my name Rooney? I asked him. Oh, Rooney is obviously... of course not. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry.
I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately. Or, no, it can't be Harry. I refuse. Or, could it really be Harry? Yep, I think number one. I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately.
You might be onto something there.
All right, then, why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Okay! Direct to the point. All right, Mr. Corpse. Who killed you?
Love did me in, Brother Corpo. It was love all along.
His feelings for someone? Or someone betrayed him that he trusted? Or a desire to be loved left him vulnerable? Lots of ways to go with that. All right. Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What do you mean?
Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Well, we got options here. I didn't have anything else to do. This case is all I have. Probably true. Because he told me to, and nod towards Kim. Or maybe this will lead to something. Something indescribable. Unforeseen. Miraculous. That's what I want. That's what I want to be true. Although, for me, personally, say, I don't have anything better to do. This is what I'm doing. I'm playing games. Let's go for the miraculous. Ooh. The clown's lips on the corpse appear to smile. The face rotates before you, slowly.
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
A miracle is coming from the northwest. This snow is blowing in from the northwest. Now, does that mean anything? I'm just noticing and observing aloud. Maybe unrelated, but it struck me and it felt right. I don't know. We'll see. All right, Mr. Corpse, I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
Ooh, that cuts deep. Myself in the bathroom mirror, yeah? Perhaps a deep-sea creature. Maybe a baby affected with harlequinism. Or you don't remind me of anyone. Let's say myself, yeah?
There you go. Look at that bright kid. We're birds of a feather, you and I. Soon you will be just like me. Just keep drinking and having a good time. It's a matter of weeks.
Probably true.
Feeling nausea, vomiting, tenderness or pain around the liver area, tiny red lines on the skin above waist level, more like days, Coppo. The clock is ticking. Your liver tells you so.
I bet it does. All right, last question. Why were you feeling pleasure when you died?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
That is the first thing that I thought. I thought he was having an orgasm when someone killed him, which would lead to the, love killed him. That's one way it could have happened. Also, maybe he was happy to be dying. He was happy someone finally killed him and put an end to it, put an end to his suffering. Maybe he hated himself that much. He's like, finally, it's over. All right. We got questions here. First, do you have to speak like that? What dialect is that anyway?
It's a mishmash, Copabolo. You think I'm Messinian, don't you? For you, this is how people from Messina speak like.
Maybe it is, but I'm not even sure what Messina is.
Well, I'm not from Messina, am I? My hair is too light a shade of brown. Trust your inner racist.
Isn't that what we should all do? Trust our inner racist. I could ask him, what, are you racist now too? Or tell him I always trust my inner racist. He shows me the score. I mean, I was just saying that. Let's go with that one.
Yeah, well, he seems to think I'm also a racist, since I have tattoos and a military body build. It's called profiling.
It is, as a matter of fact. Trying to build a profile based on observable clues. All right, so, were you feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
Honestly? Yes or no? Like, what is autoerotic asphyxiation? I trust I don't need to click that just for the hell of it. Does he? Does he? Nope. I'm going to guess he looks, to me, profiling, he looks like someone who does not want to be out of control. And that is, I'm leaning toward, my gut says, that is not the cause of the pleasure written on his face. Let's say no.
Captain Coppadromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
All right, enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
I mean, I'm okay not to do that. Seeing him in real life is bad enough. All right, let's squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
Keep staring. Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing that?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
Let's squint harder. His face and hands are pink. Thighs, too. The rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
Okay, maybe so. I relax my eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Ew.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead, Kim.
I agree.
He agrees.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently.
Well, good. That was meant to be a joke.
Totally dead.
Totally.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to think. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck.
He points to his fattened chin.
The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Seems like a lynching to me. Or could it be he was moved after death? Or maybe he was strangled by someone? Let's ask about that. Could it be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Well, cover my nose and say something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
Purge liquid. None of this sounds good.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
How much is half a kilogram?
The fuck he saying?
I don't know either.
Talking about shit.
Oh, there it is. That F slur again. I could say we got lucky. I could say maybe he went to the toilet sometime before his death, or I have a cat in the way. Come here. Come here, sissy boy. Hi. Goddamn right I'm a faggot. Turn around and yell. What? I mean, is he? How would I know? I mean, that's not something I need to say. Let's put forward a theory. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death.
Maybe.
Kim doesn't really seem to want to dwell on that subject too long. All right. Let's say he's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Yeah, they've been throwing rocks at him. Don't punk kids.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Ooh. He's talking about squinty eyes. Man, this game's got some interesting dialogue.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Yeah, that's what he means.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
All right, Kim. So, how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Kim stops to think, checking his notes. Let's step back and have another look first, or we've been thorough. Do you have a plan for getting him down? Let's step back and have another look first.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
All right, game-wise, we've got two options. Confirm the examination is complete, or talk again with the corpse man. I think we've covered all those dialogue options, so we're going to jump into looks good. Let's get him down.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
All right, task complete. Inspect the victim's body. Gained experience 70. And we leveled up.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Well, can't someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
Yeah, exactly. Call the police. Or you have a point there, and I say, no, I mean someone who's below detective. Let's say that.
Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. That is a detective.
He's got a real pragmatic approach. We are the garbage men. We are the cleaning crew.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Well, we could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah. Either one of us could do it. We could use the kid's ladder on the side of the tree.
I don't trust that ladder. The assailants didn't use it. It's rotten and less sturdy than it looks. And I don't see another good way up there.
Fair point.
Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this.
He looks around, and then at you. Yeah, seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
I'd say we get a ladder. Need to find a ladder somewhere. Or maybe if we get on top of this shed somehow, we can reach over and just snip the cord. I was thinking climb the ladder, but maybe not. Let's see. I have a choice. I could say, that seems like a lot of hassle. Let's just not do it. Or we could shoot him down. Or maybe we could ask for help from the harbor. Or I'm all out of ideas. Let's have another look at him. Let's propose shooting him down. Why not?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
I don't know. Just, shoot up there. And point towards the branch. Or shoot the belt. The bullet will break it. That's what I was thinking. Shoot the belt. Let's see what Kim says.
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Oh, well, they are steel reinforced threads.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
Should I tell him to take the shot? Here's the other thing, too. What we're going to aim up to shoot, and then when the bullet flies away, it'll just, who's it going to kill? Flying out into the distance. Actually, it is a bad idea. I don't know. Maybe it's better not to.
What else can we do?
Well, maybe we ask for help from the harbor?
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Confirmed. It's unsafe.
Well, what else can we do? I can commit to that course of action, or consider other options first. Yeah, I'm going to consider other options. Let's not tip our hand to the folks at the harbor.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt like chicken on a skewer.
Okay. So shooting him down, not an option. Not cutting him down at all, also not an option. Looks like all we can do is go to the harbor, or say I'm out of other ideas. Let's have another look at him and see what happens. I don't think I'm going to see anything I haven't already seen.
Of course. You have questions, don't you? Come back later.
Nope. There are no additional options.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity.
I don't need to hear all this. We need to get him down.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, that's it. We have to ask for help from the harbor.
Okay. They do have the tools and the men. And since it looks like they put him there...
They can get him down too.
Okay. Let's do it in the lousy, dangerous way.
I can respond, but it won't be dangerous. But won't it be dangerous? Or how do we get inside the harbor? Let's go through this whole dialogue tree real quick here.
To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves.
Well, the game didn't give us a lot of options, Kim.
Clearly we can't.
Nope.
Suck my dick, bitches!
Thank you for the commentary, Kuno S. But who is Everard Clare?
The leader of the Union. A dangerous and corrupt man, from what I hear. You don't want to owe him much.
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitches.
All right, Kim, how do we get inside the harbor?
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely, though.
Well, if a secret third path opens up, I'd love to take it.
To the gates. Let's fight, I say.
Well, let's get to it then. And there it is. And that's damn near perfect timing. We're coming up on 8 o'clock here. But first, we're going to go looking through inventory. We've got a picture. We're going to interact with the picture.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky. But something's not right.
Let's ask, what's the meaning of this tattoo?
For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone close to the victim might know.
Well, that's a good intuition. I would assume someone close to the victim might know. Let's see, who are you, man?
Gone.
Photo of the tattoo says gone. All right, put the photo away. Let's go here. We've got Armor Quest. Get the hangman's boots. Ask Kim to tell you about the case. We'll do that later. We need to hunt down information about the victim's tattoos, and still working on getting the body down. Here we are on day 2, 6 hours into this game. We still haven't got the body out of the tree. Doesn't help that I wasted all that time not dealing with it and just being a drunk. Okay, so we have a level to up. What should we do? It was savoir-faire that was going to give me the opportunity perhaps to get that tie down. I want that tie. So let's boost our savoir-faire. Sneak under the nose. Stun with immense panache. Yeah. We're going to do it. I like savoir-faire. I like being sneaky. Level up. Ooh. Learn skill, +1. All right. That's that. Now, last thing I'm going to do, we're going to go back inside. I'm going to get that damn tie because I'm not going to remember it tomorrow. Come on. Come on, guys. Keep walking. Oh, how I wish there was a way to run in this game. But fortunately, it's not that far. Going inside and up the stairs. He's going to follow me. Can I ask him to grab the tie? Maybe. All right. What is that? Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Well, fair enough. Oh.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
It's the first time I've had Kim invited back to my room. Interesting.
The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
Now go ahead, kick the bottles. Don't care.
Where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
I can ask him all kinds of things. I'm running over time here. It's just say nothing and nod stoically.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
I bet you would. All right, we got two things we can do here. Let's look at this. We're going to look at this.
The window stands broken in its frame.
Oh.
Cold wind blows in.
Oh, because now, +1, because now the lights are on. I got a 72% chance. Let's look at the window.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands? Look at my hands.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Well, what did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
All right, let's assess the signs of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Well, that would probably be one of the bottles lying around on the floor, right?
The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
So wait a minute. I've only got one shoe on? Is that the deal?
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Okay. I should go and get that shoe.
A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
All right. Someone's going to have to remind me to go find that shoe tomorrow. But we're going to grab this. We're going to try to grab this.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. Or has it been consigned there as punishment?
Hey.
You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Savoir faire. We got an 83% chance. +3. Fan is off. Here we go.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained.
Ah, that was a critical success. I got boxcars. Nice.
What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
I bet it does. All right. Let's put that tie on. Clothes? Oh, we got gloves. I could wear gloves. Maybe I should have been wearing gloves. Let's put the gloves on. Hey, Platts +1 interfacing. Do I have the tie? I'd have the tie on. It auto-equipped. +1 Inland Empire. Nice. All right, what else we got here? Find your other shoe. I'm going to leave this I'm going to leave that with a little red exclamation point on it, so I try to remember tomorrow. But that is going to do it. Hung in there for a few extra minutes. This game seems to be more meditative, relaxing. I'm not like exhausted by concentration of trying to physically move around an environment. So I'm able to hang in there a little bit longer than some other games. All right, that is going to do it. We're going to go here. We're going to make a hard save. Save it. Whirling in Rags, Day 1, 13-48. New save. Save. There we go. We're going to get that shoe tomorrow. And that's going to do it for this adventure into DreamWizard Plays, number 392, Disco Elysium from 2019, Part 2. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific, Part 3 of Disco Elysium. And, of course, I hope to see you there. So, in the meantime, in between time, I am the DreamWizard, and thank you for watching.
Mm-hmm.